Hey. Hey, are you there? Hello? Are you even listening? You've changed.
Honestly, Richard, what happened? I know. Dramatic intro. What can I say? I can't help but lust for the drama. So, this is where I start to tell the story and how it all started with just working. For almost 2 years, I was working around 60 to 100 hours a week, pursuing whatever endeavors I was passionate about. But I treated myself horribly, mentally and physically. And the biggest realization I had was I truly don't feel like I'm alive anymore. And it's not just me who noticed this. The relationships around me have changed. I'm not the same person I used to be. Before, I was this fun, energetic, happy person who would bring light into the room. But I feel like I have lost myself in the pursuit of success. I think I lost all my passion and enthusiasm for life. What are you supposed to do when you lose yourself? I think all you can do is go look for them. So the adventure starts here in a tattoo studio in New York City. One of the things I noted last year was that I had spent almost $25,000 funding projects or supporting family and friends. So one of the things I wanted to start doing was spending a little more on myself, and I guess that starts with a tattoo. I think tattoo therapy is a real thing. Something about experiencing pain for a long period of time and being able to willpower your way through, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. I also properly got a haircut after growing my hair out for almost 2 years. Investing in my appearance in a way that felt authentic to me as a queer person wanting to lean into their feminine side, honestly, was one of the most fulfilling parts about this trip. The next part is one that goes past the surface a little bit. I started out visiting where my whole film career started in the first place. It's honestly one of the most beautiful places right outside the city in Brooklyn. And it's here where it all started. I made my first film that won an award, and it's where I actually started believing, oh, I might actually be talented at this art thing. It's where I met two of the best people I know in the world who continue to push and motivate me to become the artist I am today. Lots of love to you both, Bree and Ying. I then proceeded to go where one of my favorite films was filmed. Past Lives, without a doubt, invoked so many feelings within me as an Asian American, but also as a hopeless romantic with a tender heart. But instead of romance, I found myself visiting another part of myself. Childhood. Being a child where I had no worries and no traumas to weigh on me. A pure form of authenticity where I could love the world as much as I wanted to. So I found myself doing the same thing these kids were doing. Walking on rocks like they were my first steps. Throwing rocks into the water just for the sake of doing so. Maybe if I did this, I could love like I used to. But over the course of being at Jane's Carousel, I found myself thinking about what this really means. Would changing how I looked and healing my inner child really make me back into who I was before? And the answer I found to that was no. You'll always be changing as a person. As much as you want to find yourself again, you can't because you're already someone different. And as sad as it is, you have to let go of that past image of who you are. Instead, invest into becoming who you want to be from now on. And that leads me to learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It was my first time ever attending an EP launch party, and to know the people involved and see the intention behind the event, it really spoke to me. As an artist, you can literally be anything you want to be. You can be a designer, a musician, a painter, a magician, and more. It was truly one of those moments you want to see as an artist. But as at home as I was, I wanted to grow too. And Let's Ripple felt like growth, an amalgamation of vulnerability and creativity. I loved meeting all these people I hadn't only known and admired beforehand through social media. I definitely was a bit awkward and quiet, more than likely from how I was exhausted over this trip, but this is where I found inspiration. It was the first time this trip I felt comfortable having my camera out, and seeing people literally edit their videos in front of me helped me see what true commitment can look like. As I spent the last day of my trip with newfound energy, editing and capturing a little more footage, I found a newfound spirit of creativity. Putting more energy and time into living life, a little more effort into getting every shot possible, a little more effort into getting a shot of everything possible, and a little more love for this life as a traveling, struggling artist. Because it's worth it. It's who I am. And that's the story of how I found myself again.